Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to participate in this very important discussion on climate change. Sir, given the rate of change in climate in our country and also globally, we are likely to face irreversible impacts that will be a doom for the entire humanity, not only for the current generation, but for the future generations to come. Sir, therefore, my humble submission is that remedial actions on climate change should not be limited to international conferences or declarations or statements in the media. Tangible and visible actions should come before we reach the doomsday. Sir, we all are responsible to the future generations. They should not blame us. Let us be not complacent. Increasing heat waves, droughts, erratic rainfall during the recent years are indicators. Depletion in the glaciers due to the global warming has resulted in the rise of sea level. We should expect frequent and intense heat waves, extreme rainfalls, and erratic monsoons, as well as more and more cyclones, along with the other weather-related calamities in the coming decades, as indicated by a report released by IPCC. There are various multi-dimensional aspects which I wish to present to the House regarding the subject, but due to very limited time, I only press on one issue. Sir, all the major democracies in the world conducted special sittings and sessions in their parliament or elected bodies to discuss this issue. I appreciate the initiative taken by this House to have a discussion on this topic under Rule 193. I also urge upon the government, and it is only appropriate to have a special session to have a discussion on this issue. Sir, the recently concluded Conference of Parties COP by the world leaders from around 200 countries in the first week of November 2021, held at Glasgow, Scotland, resolved to take tough measures to address the factors leading to climate change. Our Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Minister for Environment and Forest, Bhuvendra Yadavji, and distinguished delegations were part of this declaration. Forests are natural sink of the carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases which are the primary reason for climate change. There is a Forest Conservation Act 1980 enacted by our Parliament, and the objective of this act is to protect and conserve the forest. We have about 19% of the geographical area of this country with a forest cover, and my state, Kerala, it is 30%. This we could achieve through the provisions of the Forest Conservation Act. However, in Kerala, there is a perpetual human-animal conflict by which heavy loss of human lives and damage to agricultural crops is happening frequently. As far as some of the North Indian states are concerned, the forest cover is only 4 to 5%. The national average of 19% is maintained only due to the large forest cover in the South Indian states. At the same time, we are the sufferers of the same. It is understood that the government is intending to amend the Forest Conservation Act 1980 with new provisions which promotes only deforestation. In the name of infrastructure development, large-scale deforestation is intended, wherein the scale of climate change will definitely escalate. Therefore, I urge upon this House not to take any measures which are threat for the forest. At the same time, the states like Kerala, wherein the forest cover is much more than the national average, the people farmer friendly steps are to be explored and evolved so that the equilibrium will be maintained with us. Sir, all of us in this house might be knowing about the Campa Fund. This is a fund deposited by the people who cut trees and forests through the legally permitted means. This fund is to be utilized for afforestation. Sir, 1 minute for. This fund is utilized for afforestation measures so that the loss of forest is compensated appropriately. Sir, in this session itself, on 6th of this month, there was a unstarred question 1288. According to the answer given by Honorable Minister, states that the fund, the Campa Fund collected from all the states up to 7/10/2021, it was 48,606 crores. But unfortunately, the utilization of this fund is only 9,800 crores. Sir, this fund is to be utilized for having more and more afforestation. That if it is not being utilized, that is going to affect our climate. Sir, two more sentences only. This fund lying unutilized in the Ministry of Environment and the Forest, it is for the several years. So we promote cutting of trees and forest without taking any measure for compensatory afforestation. Therefore, I urge upon the Honorable Minister to provide a time-bound and visible action plan on the utilization of Campa funds. Sir, I conclude my speech. Lastly, as I stated in the outset, our actions should not be limited to conferences, discussions, and declarations, but to put it into practice in letter and spirit so that the impact of climate change can be minimized. Thank you, sir.